Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and I thought I would come on here today to talk to you about the books that I have read so far in January of 2026. So I set my goal for 13 books for the year, and according to Goodreads, I have read 16. So I've already beat my goal. Go me. Um, However, this goal was set knowing that I would hit it really quickly, but also knowing that I'm starting my proposal and dissertation, all that this year. So a lot of what I'm going to be doing again is not super trackable, but I knew that I would have it done and out of the way, and uh, that would be amazing. But also, out of the 16 books that I have read, 10 of them were cross stitch books because I was looking for some specific things for something that I am making. And I am not going to go through and give you some big spiel in review over these cross stitch books. I rated them all between 3 and 4 stars. They were cute, they were great. You can go check out Be My Friend on Goodreads, go check them out, see what I looked at, but I was just looking for something. I did read them all, so I'm counting them, but I have read, in reality, 6 novels. So the first one I read and completed is also the only one I have a physical copy of, and that is Molly O'Sullivan's The Book of Autumn. I gave this 4 stars. Um, I actually really enjoyed it. Also, is this not just a gorgeous book? The end papers, they're fabulous. And the naked hardback. It's a great book. I got this in the Unplugged Book Box special Dark Academia, and this did not disappoint. So Marcella Gibbons is a magical anthropologist, and she gets called back in to the school that she was doing her grad work in. And you find out very quickly on she is a dominium, which means 2 halves of one magical entity. Basically, when you're together, your magic is way more than it is when you're alone. And her other half is Max Middlemore. And so Stella has cut her ties. She's moved on, but she gets called back in by Max to go to this school. Something super weird is happening. There's been a murder. The girl who is suspected of murdering her friend slash girlfriend, um, she is in some sort of magical coma. She's rambling in a language nobody has ever heard. She's marking down all these weird symbols. She's floating, hovering above her bed, mostly asleep, but like they don't understand what is happening. Um, and so Stella has to come back and work with Max and not just try to figure out what's going on with this murdered girl and supposed murderer, but also try to heal friendships and her relationship with former friends, with professors, with Max, and with academia because it's something she loves, but she's completely cut ties with it. It was really, really good, just shy of 5 stars. And I'm not really sure what it would have pushed it over to 5 stars, honestly, but I enjoyed it. And what I didn't tell you is that it is written in the form of like an academic text. So we have little side notes and footnotes and pieces from field journals. It's really well done. It's phenomenal. I enjoyed it greatly. All right, then the next actual novel that I completed was Stormfront by Jim Butcher. This is the first in the Dresden Files series. I gave it about 3.5 stars. I've read it before, but I didn't remember a whole bunch about it, and I'm wanting to just kind of slowly get back into it. If you watch Storm over at Storm Reads, Stormy loves the Dresden Files and she talks about them. I was like, I should get back into that. Well, then my best friend, who I am now engaged to because he's phenomenal and I love him greatly, he also has always loved the Dresden Files. And so he talks about it every once in a while. And I'm like, I've got to get back into that. Um, the first, if I'm remembering correctly, the first 2 or 3 books are just kinda slow, you gotta kinda get into it. So they're good, but they're not just phenomenal reads, and then as you go on, it gets a more rich tapestry of the storyline unfolding, and they become better. I think I've read the first 5 books, maybe a few more than that. But anyway, I'm gonna just go back to the beginning and continue on. Harry Dresden is a wizard and he's sarcastic and dry and hilarious, and the way magic is discussed, like fairies are little buttholes, and the different courts. I enjoy it greatly, but like I said, you've got to let it build as you get further on. The books become more, I don't know, they're engaging already, but they become more engaging. So anyway, moving on, my next novel I completed was a memoir. It was The Third Gilmore Girl. Oh goodness, you can't see it. By Kelly Bishop. She played Emily Gilmore, the grandma on the Gilmore Girls. And this is a memoir of her life. And wow, wow. Just she is phenomenal. Her storytelling is amazing. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's great. If you enjoy a memoir, if you enjoy Gilmore Girls, she also played in Dirty Dancing as the mother. Uh, she's one of the original Broadway cast of A Chorus Line. Just amazing. 5 out of 5. No notes. Would highly recommend. Right, next I read Amen by Martha Carr. This is the first in a trilogy, and it follows Willow Jenkins. She has a taco truck, and then she dies and discovers dragons uh, when she comes back to life. And like, from the very beginning she's a witch, but then you find out that there's something witchier about her apparently. And I don't know. I completed it, but I honestly cannot remember a whole bunch about it, which is sad because I was really excited about it. The premise is amazing. Part of the problem is that it's very slow to start, and I know you need some of that world building, but it's very slow to start. And we kept jumping back and forth between perspectives in a way that was kind of jarring to me. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, but it's a very soft 3. And I'm not going to be going back to read the next book. You can find it on Kindle Unlimited, and if you like jumping back and forth between perspectives, like that, like it was very jarring for me. But the premise is very interesting and it was pretty decently written. I just wasn't as intrigued as I was hoping I was going to be. So once I got done with the first book, I returned it to Kindle Unlimited and I'm moving on with my life. Next, I also do not have the physical copy of this, even though we own it, and that is because it is Melody's book that her Auntie Fiona sent over for her Christmas present, and she had me read it with her and then took it to school so that her teacher could use it in an upcoming unit that Melody is actually going to help her with. It is all about penguins. Um, I can't make it any darker than it. There we go. It is all about penguins. This is Discover Life on Land and in the Sea by Dion DeNapoli, perhaps. Um, yeah, D. Napoli. I'm not sure. We gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was very interesting. We enjoyed it. If you want to know more about penguins, this is a great book to do that with. And then the latest book that I completed was Good Different by Meg Eden Kuyet. Oh, let us turn down that brightness again. You can see something for once. There you go. Good Different by Meg Eden Kuyet. And that is a book about a girl in the South. You don't really know where in the South, but it seems like it's a very Southern book. She's in 7th grade. She is in a private school that it's been around for about 8 years, so she's gone and she's been there the whole time. So, like, Head Start, Pre-K, all the way through now. She's in 7th grade. There's always been something a little different with her, and she knows it, like, she feels like she's a dragon, and she has all these rules for herself, and then throughout the book, she learns different terms, and she learns about the autism spectrum, and she learns that people might not be like her, like, all people might not be like her. This might be something that she can get help with. There's a lot going on in the book. It's about friendship, it's about learning who you are, it's about learning about the spectrum and how to advocate for yourself and how to be who you are. And there's a lot going on, and it is beautiful. It is a novel in verse. Um, it is written by a neurodivergent woman about a girl discovering that she might be neurodivergent and what that means and how to approach it. And it has all these little nuances and things in it that are just absolutely amazing. It is so well written that I found myself getting angry at individuals in the book because it is very obvious that somebody who knows what they're talking about is writing about how adults in the South approach it, how students in the South approach somebody who is different. Like, she knows. And so the book is very authentic. And I was like, oh, I'm going to throw hands. I'm going to jump in this middle grade book and throw hands, possibly at a minor, because it was just so well done. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I am anxiously awaiting the release of book 2 in this series, which is coming out in June. So those are the 6 books that I have read so far in January. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you want to know more about any of the books, if you've read them, if you want to read them, what you've been reading. Come and chat to me in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification button so you can know whenever I post a video. We'll talk to you again soon. Until next time, stay safe out there, guys.